Hello, my friends. So this particular set of cards came out in a short I did earlier, and the situation looks complicated and confusing. It was a soul connection reading, so I thought I would check and see what's going on here. So first we have the Flower of Cups in reverse. So this is a Queen of Cups. Again, no gender here. This person can be male or female. So this Queen of Cups is probably emotionally manipulative, prone to emotional blackmail, emotionally unavailable, emotionally dishonest, you know, that whole thing. Then we have a Root of Wands. The Root of Wands would be the Knight of Wands. And of course, being in reverse, this would be selfish, impulsive, a player, living for the moment and not really taking any consideration for the effects of their comings and goings on others. So let's see what's going on here. I want to get 3 separate decks. I'm trying to find some cards that aren't too big. Well, I think for the Seat of Cups, so the Seat of Cups, you would be either very young or very immature emotionally. I'm guessing very young. And these two people around you are either somewhat older or quite a bit older. I'm not going to say mature because neither one of them looks like they're healthy emotionally, so I'm going to have to wait and see what comes out on that. But let's see where you are at with one of the animal spirit cards. All right, you got the turtle. So each one of you is going to get an animal spirit card, but you got the turtle. So the turtle collects experiences. This turtle is a good storyteller, someone who is learning and adventuring, but, you know, this is a turtle, so not a fast adventurer. What about this Flower of Wands, Queen of Wands? We have the Fox. It came out in reverse, so I'm going to, we'll look at the out of balance aspect of the Fox. All right, how about the Root of Wands? The Unicorn in reverse. That's interesting. All right. So you, my dear turtle otter friend, let's see what you've got going on. At least you're consistently water, huh? Here we go. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers, as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt, to bring into balance an adventure. So there you are, my Seed of Cups person. I don't know if you need an adventure or not, but it sounds like fun. Fox for this Queen of Cups in reverse. And remember, the Fox wanted to come out in reverse. Smart, strong partner or mate, wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When in balance, magical, ingenious teacher, monogamous. This came out in reverse, so I don't think any of these things are particularly true of this person. When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. I can believe that. This is likely a deeply insecure person. To bring into balance, partnership, connection. This is not your responsibility. Everybody is responsible for their own healing. And if this person is not willing to do the work to be in a healthy relationship, you can't change that. You can only change yourself. All right. What is with the Root of Wands in reverse? The Unicorn in reverse. That's really something. There it is. Last one in the book. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It is difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is, we wonder where our intuition comes from, and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. However, this unicorn came out in reverse, which tells me that this player person has probably heard the call of the divine and is doing everything in their power to distract themselves and ignore it and avoid it. This can be a typical reaction to getting the call to a spiritual awakening. And you can't do anything about that either. Either they decide to awaken or they don't. So on the one side, you have someone with the potential to be a wonderful partner. And on the other side, you have someone who is doing everything in their power to avoid a spiritual awakening. That's usually a path to disaster. But, let's see, I didn't have a question. Let's start with a question. What is your connection to this Flower of Wands? What is the nature of your connection to this Flower of Wands? You feel foolish. Or you fear it would be foolish to pursue a connection. What is the nature of your connection to the root? Two wanted to come out. All right. That was a... All right. Yeah, they're both wands. Your cups, they're wands. So you're a feeling person and they are wands people. So prone to drama, lots of charisma. Not patient. And now we have a root of thunder in the Tower. That's puzzling. Who's the root of thunder? I think there is a Tower situation going on between this root of wands and root of thunder, which is a Knight of Swords. Their beliefs are coming crashing down. Their beliefs about themselves, about each other. And it may very well lead to some great growth. This root of wands may well become a harvest of wands. But as I mentioned, fighting the universe on a spiritual calling is not a good survival strategy. So that situation has come crashing down, or is coming crashing down, and destroying all their beliefs about themselves, the world in general, and creating the opportunity to become the harvest of wands. But although wands can be good at change, this particular one is change resistant so far. And is probably particularly resistant to changing the situation with you, whatever it may be. But if they are coming out of a Tower situation, they have a lot of rebuilding to do. So they probably need to be left alone. Okay, you've got a lot of things to work out. All right, let's get some focus here. That's appropriate. A lack of focus. You perhaps, I think. How do you feel about these two people? How do you feel about the root of wands? How do you feel about the root of wands? Or what do you need to know about the root of wands? About your own feelings. I don't know. What do you need to know about the Root of Wands? Remember, whatever they have the potential for, they're not there yet. I'm sure you can see their potential, but you can't make them live up to their potential. That's their choice. Maybe you don't have anything else to say about the Root of Wands. All right. You feel they are a damaged, wounded masculine right now. That's likely. Everything we've seen over there suggests that's true. What about this Queen of Wands, or Flower of Wands in reverse? What is your feeling about the Flower of Wands in reverse? Wow. Okay. Seed of Thunder. You think they have the potential for clarity till they begin that journey. And to become the High Priestess. Perhaps you think they are a fool right now. You probably think you're both fools. Okay. I went off in a different direction than I expected. All right. What does the universe think you should know about this? What does the universe want you to know about? Three of Pentacles. The universe wants you to work with both of them. Anything in particular that the universe wants you to know about the Flower of Wands in reverse? The Flower of Wands is being very change resistant. And there is the potential for a conventional relationship with the Flower of Wands. A conventional long-term relationship, which actually you get from the Fox as well, if it were in the upright. But this person has a lot of healing to do to get there. So, as I mentioned, healing, we get the need to look at the childhood issues, childhood wounds, and the Seven of Swords in reverse, which is lies, betrayal, deception. But they are in reverse, so a recognition on perhaps both of you realizing this, or perhaps this Flower of Wands realizing that there's a lot of toxic people around them, possibly from childhood, which would suggest family, but maybe not. Could be friends as well, but people that have been around them for a long time. All right. What about this unicorn person? Although a lot's already come out about them. What do you need to know about working with this unicorn person? Dang. All right. I got the High Priestess too. In reverse. And the Page of Wands. So we see both of these people going backwards in a sense, returning to a younger state. Perhaps that for the what's this, the Root? Yeah. Root of Wands becoming the Page of Wands. Or more likely, the Root of Wands has always been the Page of Wands. And it's just been pretending to be something else. So, Peter Pan syndrome. They've been pretending to be more mature than they are. Anything else the universe wants you to know about your connection to this person? Probably not. Oh, a lot already came out about this person. So obviously they both have a lot of potential. They both need to work on their the feminine aspects of their personality. Let's see. This is a deck I'm not sure I've ever used before, but and the cards are really, really big. Kind of a pain. Okay, but how are you supposed to work with these people? How are you supposed to work with these people? How are you supposed to work with these people? I think this means let the chips fall where they may for now. Divine timing. But I also see this is a B card. So that's interesting. Of course, bees work together very well in a colony. And there's a queen bee and all of the worker bees and the drones. Let's see. I think I should pull out my bee deck. Yes, here it is. Any messages from the bees, since you have bees at the center of this? Once again, we have the Princess of Cups. A reminder that you are the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Seed of Cups. You are just at the beginning of your life, of your development. And it's important that you take the time to become who you are, completely apart from these people. Whatever way you will be working with them will come in time. So, what direction should you be taking for yourself? For your own development? Where should your focus be? And we're going to get an oracle card for that. Where should your focus be for your own development? Because that you are the page. You need to focus on becoming your own person, becoming fully developed. You've got, it looks like, 2 people to deal with, which means you're going to need to be very strong and well developed. All right, all that glitters. Number 16. I certainly hope you're older than 16. Ow! Hang on. Okay. All that glitters. A need to see beyond the superficial. The desire to don a mask or dress up something to disguise its true nature. Don't fool yourself about this situation or these people. Trying to be something you're not. You're not ready for them, and they're not ready for you. Chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. The oracle's message: it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status, or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? So is there some status issue here that you need to look at? All right, the relationship message for this. Sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish the story a bit, add some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. So it is time for you to work on becoming your most authentic, best self. And that is a big chore. I don't know if I should say chore. Some parts of it are fun, some parts that are not so fun. In any case, that is where you are at and what is recommended for you right now. Work on yourself. Be patient. Everything happens at the right time. Take care of yourself.